out near midfield and still going. And he's finally brought down up at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. And the Vikings going to the dime package here. 3rd down coming up. They'll try and throw it here. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 42 as this opening drive continues. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's taken down at the 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. That's complete right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Pass play now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they're on the board.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And with the end of the season in sight, he's looking for a strong finish to capture that NFL rushing crown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. First carry here for Aaron Jones. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. It was Tyrell Dodson with the tackle. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. Hits the 20. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Reichard there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. His return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still 1st down.
A 1st and 5 to begin this drive following the penalty. Throwing from the gun here.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Another carry for him. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Now looking to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. Motion man right is Jefferson. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They send a man in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jones. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle made by Jared Reed. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Jones once more. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. On play action now, McCarthy. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. Lone back gets the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing now on first down. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Looking for a throw here. Connects with Fant. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Offense to the line for second down. They go play action here. Cut near the goal line. It's a Seattle touchdown. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in one season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground with Jones. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. 3rd and just 2 to go. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. They give to Jones, right side. And he rips off 8 yards on the final play before our 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Looking to throw, McCarthy. He'll get this to Jefferson. And a solid gain there, gets him across the 45 before he goes out. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. McCarthy looking to throw. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Complete beyond the marker. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. That's caught in stride by Addison. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Back to the air, McCarthy. Hopkinson reels it in. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Here's McCarthy to throw. Has it in close. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Smith able to put it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. He lofts it deep left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So at the end of 2, the Vikings playing road warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. Odell Beckham, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Rashee Rice leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Aaron Rodgers, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Ewer.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Seattle offense who's going to be out there first. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Alone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They give it to him again. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Completed to Lockett. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing off the play fake here. Hits his running back. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks make it 17-all. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. McCarthy throwing here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 2nd and 3 now. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Connects with his back. Aaron Jones. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10 from the 41. They'll give left side to Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Byron Murphy there to make the play. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The Seahawks and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Complete over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. That's completed right side. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So flip the field, folks. It's 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory now. Jones trying the left side. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Has the connection to Jones.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Smith able to put it through. And they've taken back the lead.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Seahawk offense ready to get going once again. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here's a give up the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Back-to-back carries here. And they will stop him at the line on what proves to be the final play of this third quarter. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They go play action here. Completed to his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Gets this to Fant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. From the red zone now. Metcalf's got it. Complete. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it'll be second and goal. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Oh, you hate that. They've eaten up some good yardage on this drive, Kate, and you get down in the red zone, and this is where you really got to stay on schedule. Let's give some credit to this defense. They know the job they got to do. Got to knock you back and make this now red zone attempt that much more difficult.
And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks take a fourth quarter lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw, and he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks take a 4-point lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Second down carry for Jones. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down. Now it's McCarthy. To the sideline, complete, and he's got the first down as he stays in bounds.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The Seattle offense eager to get back on the field. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one's complete, right side. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Connects with Fant. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on 1st. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks holding a 4-point lead. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Another carry for him. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. 2nd and 3 now. Complete out to the right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The Seahawks in a victory formation as they take a knee.